Hey guys, before we get things rolling, I just wanted to let you know that we're doing a bit of a promotion with the folks here at Flock Designs. They make this fun little pithy shirt as well as a bunch of other stuff. They got mugs and stuff like that. So if you order with the promo code popcorn15, you get 15% off, and then we get a little piece of that. Helps support the show. So yeah, that'd be great. I'll throw their info down in the show notes, and enjoy. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I am one of the co-hosts, Frank.
I guess that makes me the other
So
co-host.
when I point, you talk.
Peter.
When I point, you talk. So anyway, that's just a little reference to the movie Moneyball.
When you point,
Point, you talk. So that brings me into my. We're talking about Brad Pitt today.
Brad Pitt.
As I stumble my way.
Well,
into
that's
that
so
little
much
bit of
better
information.
because Corky's got on the cue cards William Pitt. The
Yeah.
elder.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about. So anyway, so yeah, we're talking about Brad Pitt today,
Brad
which is really
Pitt.
cool because he's pretty cool. So
Very
excited about
Very
it. So,
I've got a question.
alrighty.
We'll save it for
Something.
the end as normal. It's I guess it's a genre film that we don't normally talk about because actors don't traditionally ply their trade in the
Right.
same way. Do
Porn?
you have a? That could be. But do you have a favorite documentary or a documentary that you really enjoy, or maybe more than one? Who knows?
All right, I can think about that. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about that at the end. So why don't you start off with Brad Pitt?
You want me to start off with
Yeah,
Brad Pitt?
yeah.
Okay. Despite your overt hinting at Moneyball, I don't know. Okay.
You know what? It's
No.
I'll just spoiler alert. That's not one of my choices.
All right. It's not one of mine either.
Yeah,
All
great
right.
movie.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
not even a baseball guy.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Let's. I'll
All right,
jump
let's
in
get
with
to
my 3 Brad Pitt picks. I have to say, I'm going to go with a movie that I know you hate the title of. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
I don't
is.
hate the title of it.
No,
I just
You find it unwieldy.
I do find it unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's tremendous as he's playing Jesse James in this one. So there's definitely this cult of personality that he has surrounded around him, with almost like his own little army. And then later on, as time goes by, obviously that dwindles away. But he's got this legend that he is created, and it follows him around, and sometimes he has to travel incognito as he may be trying to establish himself in a newer region or city, and he just commands this. I'm talking Brad Pitt commands this certain
completely.
attention, and just like you have to assume that maybe Jesse James did too. Like I said, he's got people who just love him, even though they're pretty well acquainted with the fact of how he got his fame. There's still this American folk legend attached to him, even then in his lifetime, and I think Brad Pitt pulls it off
He's great.
perfectly, and Casey Affleck is fantastic in the movie too, as the opposite side of just this kind of cowering, kind of fake, trying to figure out.
Casey Affleck, like at some point, I'm sure, because I think he's in the bucket, he'll come up. And I so hated the movie Manchester by the Sea
Okay.
that it has soured me on Casey Affleck. Anyway, because I didn't think he deserved crap for that movie. But whatever. I hated that movie. So it was overly maudlin. But we're not beating up on Casey Affleck.
He's enjoyable in this one.
Yeah,
Brad
I
Pitt
agree.
is the star.
I agree.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. What's
And
next?
wonderful. So I assassination of Jesse James by how much time we got? By the coward Robert Ford. And so that would be the first one. Second one, in no particular order, we're gonna go with Fight Club. It's
We can't talk about it. We can't talk about
all I'm gonna say is it another
it's
movie
rated Fight
that I
Club.
picked, but
it. Can't
the
talk
first rule, apparently I broke a little bit of the rule.
Damn it.
But
You
not
know, I was
completely.
really hoping you weren't gonna
Mention
pick
it
that
at all.
because I was gonna say that was my third, but then I go, oh, Fight Club, but I can't talk about that. So instead, so you stole
I stole it.
stole
I
my
ruined
joke.
it. So, yeah, we'll go with that other movie that people are in that we can't really express our thoughts and feelings about. He is. This movie, I think, has gotten so much traction since it came out too. I mean, it was great when it came out, but it's gotten a lot since, and it's been a little bit of time, and it really holds up.
It really does hold up. Everyone in it is great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Got Edward Norton in it, and we already did Helena Bonham Carter a long time ago, and those three are just a great little base in this movie, and Brad Pitt. Just whether or not he's the conscience, whether or not he's it's whatever he is in this movie, other than Tyler Durden. I mean, what it is he's tremendous, and he seems to just enjoy stuff he shouldn't really be enjoying, but he's so straightforward about it.
I love that he's just, boom, this is how it is. It's just unwavering confidence.
You got it.
Just it.
It's similar to another movie. Well, the character's confidence is similar to another movie which I didn't pick, but I do enjoy. Snatch is similar with the fact, like, it's just this indomitable spirit. You're just gonna. This is what it is, and
exactly.
I'm gonna. This is where I'm at, and that's it. And so Fight Club, second pick. My third pick would be much more fairly recent. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Here is another character that he portrays, Cliff Booth, with this just comfortable in his own skin.
It's
feeling, and it is even maybe more so than the others. And he's comfortable, definitely comfortable as Jesse James, definitely comfortable as Tyler. But this is like, I know I'm a little older. I know exactly that this point of my life, I'm fine with it. I can deal with this, and it doesn't bother me. And I just love. It's not if it keeps going the way it does. I'm happy.
I'm going to piggyback on that because that's one of mine. He really is.
He's like it's perfect.
It's
in so many
good,
ways.
and it's one of those roles where if you kind of pictured that if Brad Pitt's career kind of tapered off or whatever, that he wouldn't be very different than a Cliff Booth. He'd be just just cool with whatever kind of happens.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like laid back and it's just like, all right, well, this is where I am right now. So, and it's great. And you don't, you're like toward the end of that movie when he's in real jeopardy, but he's like high as a kite, but he's still got that control of the room. But he's just like, it's disarming, literally. And he's so good in that, and you just buy every second.
Yes, you do.
So this is what we segue into mine. So my next one is going to be 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is. He sort of takes that. It's similar to the Tyler Durden thing, but he's in 12 Monkeys. He's just batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
And he's so like just his body language in that is so like he's so frenetic, I think, and it's just fantastic. And you didn't see him like that really before that because he looked like hell, and he was insane.
Yeah.
And other movies before that, he was kind of, you know, pretty boy, that sort of thing, romantic lead. And in this, he's just like batshit crazy. And how are you supposed to believe him? But he's just like captivating, and you just buy every second of it. And it's so much fun to watch. Now, oftentimes you say probably more than I do that it's so difficult to choose. This was probably of all the shows that we've done.
Oh, really?
This was the most difficult for me.
I had a tough time
because there are so many. I know I said like Tom Cruise. There's not a Tom Cruise movie that I can actively say that I don't like. But Brad Pitt was more difficult because it's just like, oh yeah, Ocean's movies. And,
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I could go with this so
yeah,
easily.
I could go there. So I think my next one is so tough to pick, but
it's true.
But I'm gonna go Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay. Yeah.
They're so great together, and you could see that chemistry building that ended up bringing them together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like he's just having fun, and he's just so great.
I don't think it made Jennifer Aniston's top 3 list, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe not. So, but whatever. But it's just it's really fun. Again, my like third and a half would have been like Inglourious Bastards. Because his character in that is almost comical. I think because of his manner of speaking, and he's just got such a.
I think it's also the way that
adaptation.
Quentin Tarantino directs him and writes.
So that's also really, really good. And I could literally flip a coin between Mr. and Mrs. Smith and Inglourious Bastards, and either one of those could be a third. So, but he does. There are so many of his. It was really difficult, and I usually don't run into that difficulty.
No, see, I always seem to have. But you hinted at the pretty boy side of it. We mentioned, I want to say recently with Charlize Theron, where you could. Early in her career, she could have been sidelined.
She was just the pretty boy,
the pretty girl, and it's going to be the model type, and that was kind of it. Really early in his career, that could have happened to him, and definitely didn't. And of course, he was great in some of those roles, whether it was a tiny, not tiny, but a small role in Thelma and Louise, or River Runs Through It, which is great and a little bigger, and then it gets to like Interview with the Vampire. Things changed a lot, then all of a sudden it's like, he's not. Although a lot of attention was given to him because of his looks and his manner in that movie, but he was able to expand so much.
You go back and watch True Romance, and it's just like, he's in this, and and he's great. It's so much fun. But he's one of those guys that I don't think that he's. You don't see him do like straight kind of comedy. I mean, Burn After Reading, I think, is probably maybe his like straight out funniest role. Yeah. Because he's funny, and he's got wit, and he can pull off a funny line.
Certainly,
But just like in Burn After Reading, he's so much more like physically funny and doing all that kind of stuff. It's just
the whole Ocean's franchise. Rusty. He's
that's just everybody playing off each other.
He's just eating. Every scene, he's just like looking, bouncing off people, but he's eating while he's doing it.
So good stuff. Favorite documentary? Wow. I don't watch a lot of documentaries, to be honest. I don't. You know what? I don't think I have one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's like I wouldn't really categorize these as documentaries, but like I'll watch the occasional like true crime kind of thing, just as a sort of voyeuristic look at a car accident as you're driving by kind of way, but not like a straight like documentary.
Yeah.
That's just not. I don't.
Yeah.
do that a lot. What about you?
I do enjoy documentaries when they're available. You know, I go,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'll see this one. And some obviously play much better than others. Some are just kind of,
Yeah.
you know, the director kind of look at me kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
kind of.
Ken Burns is such a narcissist.
Kind of like insinuating themselves in the story. Sometimes that always, you know, that turns me off. But there are some good ones. I can remember Crumb, which I want to say maybe came out in the early '90s.
Sounds about right.
On Robert, thing about R. Crumb, or in his brothers as cartoonists. Terry Zwig or Zwig, I don't know how you pronounce his name. I think that was his. Like that one. There's a really good one. Man on a Wire, which is the story about the French acrobat who went between the the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Back in the day, back in the '70s, and that one I think was so well done that then they actually made a movie.
Yeah.
Of the thing with Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the title was, but it
Me
wasn't
neither.
the same title. It was a little off, you know, a little different from that. And then, as you hinted at, Ken Burns does so many good
He really
ones.
does.
I really
He
like
did
one.
Civil War.
He does the
baseball
Civil War, the
one,
baseball, those
yeah.
go on. There's one that's a little shorter. I want to say maybe only 2 episodes. He did a really good one on Frank Lloyd Wright, and that I enjoyed. And then his brother has not, Rick Burns has done a good one on Coney Island, and I enjoyed that one. Kind of like a history of the area and the park and that whole. Yeah. So sometimes documentaries, to me, can be just as fulfilling. You know, obviously, maybe a little educational. We get to do it, but it's so different from what we talk about when we talk about actors. The only time you ever get an actor is usually when they're hired as a narrator.
They're narrating.
And it's not used for the same purpose, obviously.
Yeah, no, I don't. Because sometimes it's just like, worms.
That's right. This guy likes to collect postage stamps. Okay, well, that's
Right.
nice.
Cool. Give me the tickets. I want to see who we're doing next.
What are we doing next?
It'll be fine.
Okay, it'll be better than
It'll be
fine.
It'll be fine. Anyway. All right. Hey,
Good.
folks. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I guess
Share.
that's all I got. Get out!
Share,
We're
like,
done.
subscribe,
Yeah, all
buy
that
some
good
merch.
stuff. Yeah. All right. All right. We'll see you later.